This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Hey, this is Arkansas wide receiver Isaiah Sategna, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
We've been telling you about the Miracles and Magic radiothon that we've partnered with Arkansas Children's Northwest, and we as a radio station are not the only ones that have partnered. Isaiah Sategna, Arkansas wide receiver, former Fayetteville Purple Dog, by the way, we got two of them in the NFC Championship game this weekend. We'll talk about that later, but you think about this involvement, man, and I know this is special to a lot of people in our community, not just in Northwest Arkansas, but across the state. Isaiah, what kind of led you to get involved with this whole event and fundraising process?
You know, I had the opportunity and, I couldn't turn it down. Like, I love helping the community out, and I wanted to use my platform to help other people out.
Is there anything that you went through personally in your life, or maybe you had a friend or something that was maybe involved in something like this?
I would just say, like, injuries. In sports, you're always going to have injuries, and, like, what are you going to do whenever you get injured? The game, like, especially football, it's so many injuries that you don't know when your last down is. So you have to be ready for that, and you have to have, like, a backup plan and just be ready.
I know for your freshman year, you kind of went through an ankle injury, and stuff like that, just like you said, happens sometimes. Obviously, there's certain medical defects, there's diseases and stuff, and then you've got the injury aspect into it. As a younger guy that's gone through something like that, how difficult is it on the psyche? And then for the kids that you've maybe gotten to meet that are going through not necessarily injuries, but other personal matters of their health, what has those conversations been like?
So mental health, it's a real thing. And whenever I got injured my freshman year, it was actually in practice. And for a while, I was really down on myself. And, I was feeling bad for myself. But I just had to flip the switch, and I had to have the best mentality possible. I wasn't as fast as I was after I got hurt, and I had to build my speed back up, and it came slowly, but, whenever I flipped that switch and had a positive mentality about it, it really helped me.
Isaiah, was that your kind of first injury that you dealt with? There might have been nicks and bruises here and there, but would you say that's maybe the most severe thing you've had to go through as an athlete to this point?
Whenever I was younger, I had broke my arm a couple times, but that was like more towards the end of the season. And whenever I hurt my ankle my freshman year, that was at the beginning of the season. So I never really got hurt at the beginning of the season like that.
We're talking with Isaiah Sategna, the Arkansas Children's Northwest. It's January, man. We got a long way till football season. I don't have the exact number of days in my head, but how excited are you to get back on that field? Not just that, but go through spring ball.
Right now we've been working out a lot. We've been doing some hard stuff, and I've just been thinking that whatever I do now, it's going to set me up for the season. The season's going to come faster than you think, and I'm just ready for it. Like, this year, I feel like I'm going to take a big step forward and, really show everybody my talent, because I feel like they haven't seen it yet.
We saw a little bit of a jump last season. I know there's been some changes in the offseason, so you go from Dan Enos to Kenny Guyton, and now Bobby Petrino is the new offensive coordinator. I don't know if former Arkansas wide receivers have reached out to you, but one of the things he's always utilized is speed. You have that. So how excited are you about for this upcoming season, maybe becoming more of involved, like you said, and show people what you can do?
Whenever Bobby got hired, I had so many text messages, so many calls, and just so many people blowing up my phone. And, it was really a blessing to just get one of the best offensive coordinators, offensive minds in the game. I can't wait to really trust in him and just see where he can take my game.
Part of being an athlete is these kids look up to you, right? I've seen 16 jerseys, just getting a chance to talk with these kids. But what's it like when you have a young kid that says, hey, I want to be Isaiah Sategna when I grow up, whether it was a Fayetteville Purple Dog that was 10 years old or an Arkansas fan that gets a chance to watch you on the field each and every week?
It's just a blessing. The Lord has really blessed me with my talent and stuff. And, whenever kids look up to me, I just remember being in that same spot. So, anytime I ask for a picture or autograph, I try and make it happen however I can.
You're setting at least a good example in the classroom as well, because one of the things we kind of had to negotiate around this interview is your class time, which is good. You're not skipping class by that matter. So what classes are you taking this spring?
I'm a communication major, but I've actually been thinking about switching it because I want to go into coaching. My dad and my grandpa, they were both coaches, and, it runs in the family. So I don't know if I want to do track, football, or kind of the conditioning side of it, but I think I want to end up going into coaching whenever I'm older.
Sounds like you've kind of narrowed it down to 3. You could be the next Ben Souders. You mentioned your dad is obviously the track and field coach. Has it just been the playing aspect? You're like, this is what I want to do. What's kind of led to maybe you contemplating changing majors?
You know, in high school, especially my senior year, I did a lot of personal training, whether it was speed, whether somebody needed route running or, just hurdling. I feel like my knowledge is pretty versatile. So, I would just try and help out kids as much as possible. And, I really enjoyed it and stuff. And I just kept on seeing how the coaches coach. Like, I just observe it, and it's something that I really want to do.
We're talking with Isaiah Sategna here. Again, he's a part of Miracles and Magic Radiothon, benefiting Arkansas Children's Northwest. You can go to hitthatline.com right now and donate. It's up to February the 2nd, so make sure you do that if you haven't done it for the Morning Rush here, halftime, or Ruskin and Zach as well. I mentioned the 2 Purple Dogs, the AFC Championship. Now I know Dre's played a more prominent role. Brandon's still on the team, but has Coach Casey Dick reached out to you? Have you had any other former teammates like, dude, we got 2 guys?
It's pretty cool that multiple people went to the same school that I did. And, Dre went to Arkansas, and I'm following that same footsteps. So, that's obviously my goal, and I want to make it to the Super Bowl. And
that's the pinnacle of your profession, right? And based on what you're talking about, not that you don't want to pursue coaching after that, but I would say just based on listening to you, the NFL is still something you want to pursue, and you're hoping you can take that next step next year to ultimately achieving that goal.
Yes, sir.
Again, we're talking to Isaiah Sategna this morning here on the Morning Rush. Isaiah, I'm going to be honest, fully disclose something. I had a bad feeling at the end of the season, and I got on the airwaves. You know how you sometimes have something in the pit of your stomach and the gut? I thought you might transfer after this year. I know as a guy that dominated Arkansas high school football, and I watched you senior year. There wasn't a corner or safety or a double team in the state that could guard you. I didn't know with the coaching transition on the offensive side of the ball, how that would go. I know some guys have elected to move on from Arkansas. Did you ever at any point this offseason contemplate hitting the portal? Because I know that's more of something that guys do nowadays when it comes to that process.
I really didn't. I came here because of Coach Pittman, and, I really put my trust in him. We didn't have the best year last year, but the couple years before that, we've been doing some great things. And it was really hard for me my first 2 years. Like, even last year, I got to play a lot more, but I still wasn't happy with how much I played. So, it's really helped me over this offseason. I've been working harder than I ever have. I've been hitting the weight room, really working on my weaknesses because I've always been a kind of a smaller receiver. So I've been trying to get bigger, work on my blocking and stuff, and have no excuses for next year.
Last thing, and again, we really appreciate you making some time this morning. Again, Isaiah's involved in the Miracles and Magic Radiothon with Arkansas Children's Northwest. When you look at this upcoming season, you mentioned that last year didn't go according to plan, maybe on the previous years or prior to you getting here at this point. What is kind of the message that you would give Arkansas fans as we're several months out from actually getting to see you guys playing Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium? But what's the mindset and mentality you guys having into next year to improve upon what happened this past season?
Last year we have 4 wins, and I just feel like we weren't a 4-win team. We lost a lot of games by 3 points, 7 points, and we were closer than a lot of people think. We had one of the hardest schedules in the country. This the SEC, we all came to Arkansas so we can play the best. Last year wasn't a reflection of Arkansas football. We're changing it, and, I can just see a difference in the guys this year. We're a lot closer as a team, and I feel like we got rid of some of the negatives and kind of the cancers in the locker room. And I feel like this year is going to be a lot better. Are
we going to see an opening kick return or a jet sweep, War Memorial Stadium against UAPB on August 31st? Can I expect that?
Yes, sir. Okay. It's going to happen.
Isaiah Sategna, really appreciate him making some time for us. Arkansas Children's Northwest, the Miracles and Magic Radiothon. You can donate now on hitthatline.com. I'm partial, obviously, in the Morning Rush if you want to donate on that tab. But halftime, Ruskin and Zach, they would love to accept your donation anyway, because what they're trying to accomplish is fulfilling the promise of every child and making them better today and healthier tomorrow. Isaiah, we really appreciate the time and appreciate you being a part of this entire fundraising event.
Thank you for having me.
BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.